fourth time lucky. Hi guys, my name's Kelly. This is my YouTube channel, Kelly Ellie Stitches, where I talk about my cross stitch. Today is Saturday the 13th of December and it's around 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon, and I thought I'd jump in and do a mid-month update, but also do a video on my 2025 finishes. There's only 3, so being that that wouldn't take too long, I thought I'd put a mid-month update in as well, and just to say hi and see how you're all doing. I'd like to thank everyone for their likes, comments and subscribes. It's been really great to see you all here and take an interest in what I'm saying and what I'm doing, and yeah, it's been wonderful these last 3 Flosstubes. So hopefully in 2026 there's quite a bit more. So I'm feeling a bit of time pressure because I'm not sure when they're going to come home, so let's just jump into it and get this done. Probably not going to edit too much because when they come home, life will begin, and then tomorrow I'm busy. I'm going out with my bestie for Christmas breakfast like we do every year, and we will exchange presents, and I've still yet to wrap her presents. So I have everything in the house, so that's fine. I've got the wrapping paper and everything, but I've yet to wrap them. So that's either going to be an after bedtime thing, or Gertrude is pretty good at wrapping presents and helping me with that, so she might do that. She might help me out. See how we go. Alright, so first up we've got Enchanted Place. There are pack threads which I'm going to stitch in shortly. Ooh. So far this month, there you go, that's better. So far this month I have stitched 1,926 stitches. I was stitching the 939 over here, which is the start of the bridge, because I wanted easy stitches just in case I couldn't get it all done, because I was in here and it was confetti central and it was taking so long to get done, but then I got it done and now I'm working my way up here and it's so easy and so quick to stitch. So I'm going to, and I've only got 200 stitches left to get to the 25%, so I'm going to stitch in my pack threads. That will hopefully get me to 25%, and then I'm going to put it aside to finish up the blanket and hopefully Bluey as well. But I am also part of the Stitches So Beautiful Stitch Long challenge for December, so I do still need to make sure I'm putting 250 stitches in each week. So I've done the first 2 weeks, so this will need to come out for at least another 250 stitches next week and the last week of December. But for the moment I'm going to stitch in all the pack threads, so it's all fresh and clean if I need to take an end of month photo, and also hit my 25%, which will be exciting. So at the moment I've started just working up that way, which is the end of the second page as it goes along. So I'm really happy with that. I'm loving the colours and how the pattern's turning out, and like the steps and that bridge and those rocks and really confetti heavy flowers down there. But it's just looking amazing. I love it. I love it so much. Next up is Bluey. I was doing really well. I was stitching this on this every day and getting 100 stitches in, if not a little bit more, and it got to a point where I only needed 60 stitches a day. I've stitched 1,016 for 81.6%. And yeah, I was doing really well on it, and getting heaps of progress on it. But then I started stitching on Enchanted Place, and this got put by the wayside because I don't want to put Enchanted Place down, which is a problem because nothing else gets done, but that's fine. So I've just got the yellow to finish. I think there's only 243 stitches left. Then the orange and the red obviously, and just to finish off all the words, and then it'll be done. And I'm still hoping for an end of month finish. I think that's still doable, so we'll see how we go. My other project, the Temperature Along, I'm probably not going to get a finish at the end of this month, so that's okay because I stitched more on Enchanted Place than I was planning to. So hopefully I'll still get this one done, and then Temperature Along will slide into next year as one of my first priorities to finish it up. Next up is the blanket I'm doing for my brother. I finished doing all the neutral squares. I've sewn them all in. You know, I'm not far back enough. Anyway, it's 7 squares by 7 squares. I've stitched most of the ends in. I only have 15 left, and the border. So when I see my friend tomorrow, because I can't really read how to crochet, I'm better as a visual person, I'll have to get her to look at the pattern for me and remind me on how I do the border. But hopefully, I'm hoping that won't take too long. Oh, fun fact, I have Gertrude's right here. So this is one that I did 2023, 2024. So it's the same pattern, same yarn, Stylecraft Special DK, and oops, yeah, that's the border I need to do. So it shouldn't take too long. Her squares are obviously smaller. I can't remember how many squares they were, but yeah, it's a nice size. My brother's is slightly smaller, but that's fine. That's fine. He's happy with it, so that's what counts. So that's my mid-month update. I haven't done, well, I say I haven't done much, but I've done 3,000 stitches, which for me is pretty good. Work part-time, run around after Gertrude and my grandma and my husband, so, you know, running the life and all that sort of jazz. So yeah, no, I'm happy with my progress, and I think I'll make my meet my goals, so that's most important. My fingers are getting itchy though. I am dying for a new start, but if I don't start anything this month, I will have gone 3 months without a new start, which is very rare for me, but I am scheming in the background, and I have a lot of fabric I've got from Janet, and so I've matched that all up to the patterns I want to start, and we'll see what comes first, and whether I last until the new year before I start something new. Alright, we'll go into finishes next. We'll start with the first finish of 2025. This is Fantasy Stitch Along by Gertrude Jones. It was a stitch along hosted by Lakeside Needlecraft. I stitched it 2/1 on 18 count opal, my favorite. I'm not sure you can see, no. I started this on 17th of March 2023, and I finished it on 29th of January 2025. So that was supposed to be a 2024 finish, but the back stitch did me in like it does normally. So I was trying to do 1 circle a month, and yeah, I pretty much stuck to it. That was 2024's focus, really, and I really love it. I loved it when it came out as a stitch along, but I wasn't sure that I could do it without Pattern Keeper, and then I saw that Jessie Does Stuff finished hers back in 2023. Yeah, 2023. I loved it, and then I worked out that I could put it in Pattern Keeper, and yeah, I started it, and I love it, and I gave it to Gertrude for her 4th birthday. I do still want to put like a letter or something on the back of it explaining what it is, and what I stitched it on and all that sort of stuff, and also write, you know, something to Gertrude for her birthday on it, but I haven't got around to that yet, so maybe that's a Christmas thing, Christmas holiday thing. I'll get that finally finished and done. So that hangs in the lounge room over on the far wall. Probably should put it in her room, but I like it in the lounge where I can see it because I love it. I love it to bits. I'm really glad I did it. So that was my first finish of the year. Then my second finish, I'm not sure if you'll want to see them individually, but it's the Gertrude Jones Advent, and I started that on the 11th of November 2024, and that was my focus for 2025, and I finished it in around the 10th of August 2025. So I have a few favourites. I've got a little penguin. He's cute. So that's also stitched on 18 count opal, 2/1 full cross. I've then cut out a piece of thick cardboard, put a piece of felt in between, super glued it down, then put the ribbon on, and then used some crimping scissors to cut out some felt, and super glued that on too. I think I used a whole big tub of super glue in finishing all of these. But I love it. I love that I actually finished it, and I stuck it out. I got sick of it at the end. And again, the back stitch did me in. Like I'd be able to go do all the crosses, that was fine. It was just then when I had to go back and do the back stitch that I really struggled and dropped the ball. So then we got a polar bear. And what else is one of my favorites? Oh yeah, Christmas tree. And got a little foxy. Snowman. Gertrude says Jemagen man, so here's our Jemagen man, gingerbread man. And of course, what's an advent without ho-ho, Santa? So that's the last one. So we're having fun picking them up. This goes on the advent, and it's usually on my, what's this, my right side. Hangs up there where that gnome is. So yeah, we pick one out every day and we put it on the tree, and it's looking pretty amazing. I love it. And then my third finish for 2025 is the Christmas Quaker by Primrose Cottage Designs. I'll hold it up. I started this on the 17th of May 2025, and I finished it on the 2nd of November 2025. This is stitched on 28 count opal with a Silks for You red PR. Oh, I can't remember, 6 something. 28 count opal, 1/1, full cross, Silks for You. What I've done to finish it off, it looks okay, it's a bit bodgy, is I came out have a set of 3 easels that are, I think this is 10 inches. Yeah, 10 inches. So I've again got out my trusty super glue gun and super glued it on, and tried to do a good job with the corners. And then I've just got a piece of red felt that I've also super glued on the back. And then yeah, it was, I don't know where my friend will put it, but maybe on her desk, I'm not sure. But it will sit on the easel like that. I've got plans to do more. I did love doing it, and I especially love doing the 28 count with a silk. It was amazing. It was just so beautiful to stitch with, and on my favourite opal fabric too. So, whoop, dropped it. What's not to love? Now, oops, I've left it over there. That's all right, it can stay there. No one's coming through. Now that I've done this video and I've done my finishes, I can wrap it up ready for tomorrow's breakfast. And that's it. Not really much to show, just enough, I guess, for a short and quick floss tube. Plans for the next 2 weeks is, next week's my last week at work until start of January. It's Gertrude's last week of daycare until the start of January. So we'll be busy with all of that, and then I've got to think of ideas of what to do with her in the holidays and run around and do that sort of stuff, but that's okay. So yeah, anyway, plans for the next 2 weeks is to stitch in the back threads and get to my 25%, plus another 500 for the Stitch Is So Beautiful challenge. Finish my brother's blanket, so stitch in the 15 ends and do the border, and then wrap it up and gift it to him, and finish the bluey. And then if I get time after that, I'm probably going to either keep stitching on Enchanted or pick up Temperature Along, or perhaps start a new start. See how I go. Yeah, it's not like me not to have at least one new start a month, but I do have quite a few planned for January, so that will make up for it. But yeah, that's about all I've got to say. For those of you that are in the Southern Hemisphere with me, I hope you're staying cool. For those of you in the North, I hope you're staying warm. I hope how's everyone's Christmas presents going? I think I have all of mine delivered. I was having him delivered everywhere because if I leave it on the front porch it gets stolen. So I was having some sent to my mother-in-law, some sent to my friends, some sent to the post office. So I've just got parcels flying everywhere. So now they're all collated in the house. Now I've got to wrap them all up. So that's always a fun job. But how's everyone? I feel like I'm behind this year and I'm not as good with my ideas, but that's all right. Hopefully I'll be better organised next year. I've got, what, 365 days to get there, so we'll see how that goes. So I hope you guys are all doing all right. You've got your Christmas shopping under control, and all your plans for the festive season. And yeah, can't think of anything else to say. Sometimes I'm not very chatty at all, and it's a bit weird just talking to a camera, talking to yourself. If I had someone here, I'm sure I'd be a bit more chatty. Anyway, yeah, sorry, I just can't think of anything else. So I hope you all have a happy Christmas and a very merry new year, and I'll see you in January, and we'll see what else I get to accomplish in the next 2 weeks. Thank you all for your support, and yeah, I hope you have a happy and safe festive season. Bye.